Greetings once again, demons out there. Duuz-Diz-Din back again with another chapter of Dead Rock, where previously, Yakuto and the gang have infiltrated the library known as Curse Velocity to find a weakness for the principal of the school, God, all the while facing off against Cougar, a former friend and mentor to Hien. Hien had come to Yakuto and Zelasia's aid as a show of honor, as Yakuto had helped them previously without question. But Yakuto did not wish for any aid. He wanted to make sure he beat Cougar on his own terms, because if he wasn't powerful enough, how could he hope to beat God? Ultimately, Yakuto was able to take Cougar down, but Yakuto knew that Cougar took the blows on the chin, as it were, Cougar liking the moxie of Hien's new friend. But just as Hien and Cougar were about to finally make up after years of distance and a bit of childhood bitterness, suddenly Cougar was seemingly killed by Vice Principal Bren, crushing him like an ant. Driven into a fury, Hien struck back at the Vice Principal, despite Yakuto and Zelasia telling him to run, and ultimately Hien as well was seemingly killed in the moment. Brandon turned his attention to Yakuto, who, thanks to the ability of Curse Velocity, which allows you to find any book you want, Bran intimidated Yakuto into giving him the book on God's weakness. As the kids regrouped in their classroom and mourned the loss of Hien, it was revealed that when no one was looking, Zelasia had switched the book out with a decoy, and thus the book, all about God's weakness, is in the hands of our main characters. Was this worth all the loss? Join me as I find out, won't you? Alright, it's the new teacher. The profile for Saru. Root, the great sage, heaven's great sage. Oh, the great sage, heaven's equal. I didn't see that the sentence went onward. Is this another way of saying Son Goku? Or Sun Wukong, as it were? Likes bananas. Dislikes Monk San Zhang, a character from Chinese literature who had a monkey spirit as a disciple. Oh, is that from the Journey to the West story? The monk who traveled with Sun Wukong? Notes: the teacher put in charge of Class 1F after Maxwell died. He teaches history. In addition to his ability to summon boulders, he can apparently perform a number of other mysterious techniques. Makes sense. Sun Wukong had a weird variety of out-there abilities. You think he would be on the group's side because Wukong's whole shtick was that he was trying to face down God, as it were. Right, Chapter 11, Deep Cry. Oh boy. I still can't get over the idea that Hien is dead. I don't know. That feels wrong to me. I mean, I know Mashima isn't pulling his punches with this stuff, but I don't know. But then again, that's just me. I'm not a big fan of killing off too many characters, especially the way this has been going. Alright. Saru addresses his class, saying, "Got a job for you." Ryzen questions, huh? Yakuto questions further, saying, "A job?" Toko notes, "We're students." Ahani says the usual, "Are you stupid?" Saru tells his class, Dead Rock takes on requests from inhabitants of the demon world. Completing them is one of the extracurricular lessons that students do. Makoto questions, "What must we do?" Taro informs them, "This request is from an old lady who lives in Deep Cry Forest." Of course it's the name of a place. She's troubled by a gang of bandits who have settled in the forest. She wants them driven out. Driven out or dead? Frey gets excited, saying, "Rooting out bandits, huh?" Uh-oh. Choco nervously questions, "Hey, an old lady who lives in Deep Cry Forest, don't tell me." Oh, she gets excited, saying, "Is it Magoo McGee, the seal wizard?" What? Saru says, "Yeah, that's what it says." And Choco literally squeezed. Yakuto questions, "Do you know her?" And Choco flips out, saying, "Know her? She's a super famous wizard, of course not." Ani questions, "The old lady who's in trouble?" Choco angrily questions, "Can't famous people be in trouble too?" And, True enough. Choco then whispers over to Yakuto, "Plus, I bet she can break the seal on the book." Ah, the book can't be opened. Of course it wouldn't be that easy. We then cut flashback to 3 days ago. Dead Rock Dormitory, Bone Rampage. With Yakuto questioning, "The book won't open? What's going on? As he struggles to get it open, he says, I finally got my hand on a book with God's weakness. Why? He then slams it down on the table. Frey questions, want me to try burning it? Yakuto shouts, it's a book. Ryzen questions, want me to try cutting it? Yakuto once again angrily reiterates, it's a book. Makoto then states, I could try killing it. Yakuto says again, it's a book. With Hani noting, are you stupid? Shoko observes the book saying, there's a seal. It's sealed with powerful magic. Damn it. Of course it wouldn't be that easy. We then cut back to present day with an excited Choco saying, we'll unseal the book and get to meet a legendary wizard. Come on, get moving, hurry up. And as the group leaves, Saro calls out to them, and Yakuto turns, with Saro menacingly telling them, if any of you die, I'll pick up your bones for you. With this series, it's hard to tell. That's actually not an empty threat. We then cut to Deep Cry Forest, which, naturally, given the place is a demon realm, it is very creepy, eerie, and unsavory. Ryzen looks around and questions, what's with the creepy plant? Where naturally Makoto says, oh? I think they're beautifully poisonous. Hani questions, why don't we check out the old lady's place first? While Choco angrily says, she's Magoo McGee, dirt doll. But Yakuto seems to be lamenting things. Frey notices this and questions, what's wrong, Yakuto? Yakuto tells her, something's bothering me a bit. This seems too convenient. Ryzen turns, questioning, oh? Yakuto tells him, the book is sealed, and now there's a request from someone who could undo that seal. Could it really be just a coincidence? Choco says, you're overthinking it. First off, there's no way Magoo McGee would set us up. I don't think. You don't think? Oh, yeah, you really don't think. Oh, they come upon a gate, a circular one with runes etched into it, with Choco saying, anyway, look, there's some weird thing here. Yakuto looks at it saying, a level gate? What's it doing here? Heck is that? Choco questions, huh? What's that? Ryzen says, haven't you ever gone through one to go between levels of the demon world? Choco says, I was born here on level 666. Really? Delicia's a native? That's interesting. I figured there were stairs going between levels or something. And I'm guessing Ryzen says there could be thousands of miles between levels. And of course it has to be Hani who says, are you stupid? Choco questions, can you use these to go to whatever level you want then? Makoto notes, in practice, you need a passage permit, and the gate will only take you to the corresponding level. Frey looks on, saying, I've never seen one in the middle of a forest before, though. Yeah, I don't trust this. This is about to lead to trouble or it's a plot point. Makoto observes it, saying, it looks like it's not in use anymore. Yakuto questions, did someone throw it away? While Frey questions, how would you throw away something so huge? And of course, an arrow comes out of nowhere and immediately shatters Hani. The one positive thing is Hani seems to always be able to be put back together again, so no worries there. Although Yakuto does call out for Hani, while Choco just questions again? Makoto looks at the arrow sticking out of the ground, questioning it. Uh-oh. Suddenly there's several lights in the trees up above the class. Ryzen grabs his sword, questioning, the bandits? While Frey smiles, saying they came to us. Must be our lucky day. Yakuto calls out, everyone, they're targeting us from up in the trees. Dude, you think? Everyone turned their attention to the trees. Makoto gives a wicked smile, saying, it seems so. And then immediately summons the undead. As you know, she do. Her legion of the undead then begin to start climbing the trees. And, oh god, just see nothing but blood and screams emanate from the trees. Someone calling out, what are these things? Ah! Makoto saying, crafty. While Ryzen just turns to her with a blank expression, saying, your powers are as gross as ever. Choco then calls out, here they come, and the bandits leap from the trees, calling out monsters. That's weird. These people don't have feet, but they are wielding blades. Yakuto then steps in front of Frey, saying, Frey, get back. Frey questions why. I'm super fired up. Oh, and Yakuto says, this is a forest. If you use fire, yeah, that's actually a good point. I didn't even think of that. While the shattered Hani just says, just put me back together. Frey says, oh yeah, we gotta help you. And Ryzen, who has been weirdly less standoffish with Yakuto, says, let's go, Yakuto. Yakuto says, yes. Oh, are they golems? Weird. Something weird is going on here. We saw blood come out of the trees, but Ryzen swings his sword and he shatters one of them. Yeah, and Yakuto uses his dragon arm and he shatters another of the bandits. Yeah, they just shatter them all to pieces. And Makoto, still with her legion of the undead, sicks them on the bandit. The bandits question, well, what the heck are these guys? They're strong. That's not what we were told. Old. And thus, our heroes stand triumphant that the job is done. Although Hanny doesn't seem to be put together yet, Ryzen smiles, saying, whew, we took care of them all. Makoto says, good work. Makoto questions, is our job finished now? Well, Choco says, hey, that was easy. Yeah, too easy. Oh God. Frey smiles, saying, all good here too. We see the jumbled up Hani. Why can no one ever put Hani back together right? Is Hani saying, you made a mess of me. Are you stupid? Ikuto looks into the forest saying, let's head to the requester's home for now. And we see the person's house out in the woods, looking very picturesque. Shoko is excited, saying, look, it's the legendary seal wizard Magoo McGee's house. I'm nervous now. See, right there. Choco is stunned into silence, and so is everyone. What happened? Oh, Jesus. Spikes are driven through Magoo's hands and feet, as well as a massive one in her head, as she's nailed to her door. Jeez, what the hell? Ikuto questions, don't tell me that's... Choco says, it's Magoo McGee. Ryzen then questions, what happened? Frey asking, is she dead? Choco wells up with tears, saying, who could have? She begins to cry. She then shouts, Makoto, please turn her into a zombie right away so she can remove the seal on the book. Makoto says, got it. Uh-oh. Suddenly, a shadow of a hand looms over the house. Oh, God, again already? And Vice Principal Bren destroys McGee's house. Okay, it's hard to say that name with a straight face. Can't you tell? Destroying her corpse in the process too? God, I'm really starting to hate this guy. Ikuto calls out to the Vice Principal, and Choco angrily says, you bastard! Frey then notes, wonder if he killed her too. Bren tells the students, you can't just take books out of the library. Now it was a setup. But why kill the friggin' lady in the middle of the forest? Or was she already on the hit list? Ikuto asks, is this job you're doing too? Bren saying, of course it is. It would be easy to kill you all at school, but I need to retrieve that book without God finding out. The bandits were sacrificial pawns. Choco squeezes the book tight to her chest. Everyone squares up, with Ikuto telling them, everyone please steel yourselves. If we don't defeat Demon Teacher Bren here, we won't make it back alive. Yeah, seriously. I'm actually kind of worried, all things considered. Makoto, with a nervous bead of sweat coming down her face, but still a smile, says, looks like we have no choice. Although Ryzen says, I don't even got anything to do with this. Frey questions, the old lady's gone now, so I can burn the whole forest down, right? While Yakuto, with anger in his eyes, says, I'll avenge Hien. Bren looks down at the students, both figuratively and literally, saying, goodness me, it seems you don't yet understand the might of those known as the 4 demon teachers. Oh, Bren starts to reform, saying, we were given that title because we are nearly as powerful as God. Hani looks on as shocked as Bren transforms, and he says, giant form. Oh God. And Bren, now even bigger and more ominous than before, says, now then, let's begin our lesson. This kind of feels wild, cause I figured that it wouldn't be easy or anything like this, but to already be facing off with Bren again, after he killed both Cougar and Hien, who were not easy to fight. I mean, it makes sense, maybe they should have worked together and they might have made a difference, but I'm still having a hard time believing Hien and Cougar are just dead. And I'm still waiting for the Hecaton Kairos person to show up too. I mean, it's funny too. Brave Master, predictable enough, but still had some twists and turns. Fairy Tail, fully predictable, but a lot of twists towards the end, but a pretty good through line and all that. Eden Zero, nothing but twists and turns. Somewhat predictable. Dead Rock, a mystery to me. Cause it was one thing to have Ryzen cut to bits and then revived as a zombie. Like, okay, cool, whatever. But to apparently have killed off Hien, and then it felt like Cougar was about to be an ally, it just, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I've always said I'm not the biggest fan of killing off a lot of characters, but I will watch a series and go through the motions of it all. It just feels like if that really is the end of Hien's story, that kind of feels like a waste to me. I don't know. All that build up between Hien and Cougar and this, that, and the other. I don't know. I keep thinking there had to have been more to it than just that. I mean, even if you wanted to just genuinely kill off the character, the way he went out, just with it, done, bam, smash, done. It's like, damn. Not to mention, Bren was already a tough sumbitch in his normal form. Now in his fully giant form, what do you do? And the idea that it was only in that form that he was able to actually just fit inside the school. Honestly, I had kind of somewhat assumed that maybe the teachers were only powerful inside the school, but obviously that wasn't the case. I don't know, man. If Hien really is genuinely gone, fine, but I don't want another character to already die. That feels too soon. Oh no, I don't want a Kami Got Killed 2.0, you know? Where just every story arc, a character or two drops like flies. Not everyone died by the end of that manga. The anime, pretty much everyone died. Like, everyone basically died in the anime, but a few characters survived in the manga, but even that was like, Jesus. I don't know. There's a part of me that loves this series and another part of me that's just like, I don't know, man. But we'll see. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the ride. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I hope to see you later. Till then, bye-bye.